Alright guys, welcome to the live ban list discussion. If you guys have watched this on YouTube, obviously use the comment section below, but we're here live on Twitch. We've been talking about the ban list, about cards that we think that should come back and should be banned or limited, semi-limited. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll talk all about the cards, and you guys can feel free again to put your input on this. But let's just start by talking about some of the stuff that's been seeing in the meta. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the meta, pretty much in like tournaments, it's been Monarchs and PK Fire or Burning Abyss. Just in general, that's pretty much what's been winning. There's a few decks once in a while that you see pop up with the card of Demise, really dirty card. The Cleese play it. And there's so many just different decks that play this. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So as far as Monarchs go, they have pretty good consistency. I mean, we have the Pantheism, which I think is crazy. Then you have the Monarch card that searches out all the Monarch cards, and you could just search out this card way too easy. And in addition, with Domain of the True Monarchs, like I just really want this card gone. Honestly, I've never been a fan of You Cannot Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's already cards like that in the game. We have cards like Vandy's Emptiness. Those are cards where it says you cannot Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is another one of those, but it's only for a specific deck. But I still think that it's not fun to play against. It doesn't allow player interaction. A lot of people don't like these kind of cards, and I'm one of them. But you guys can feel free to say how you feel about this card. Pantheism, I think it's just a great card in general, but every deck has lost its draw power. But like, why is this card at 3, and why is it searchable like by all these other cards? I think it's a little bit too OP. Now, as far as the last Monarch card that a lot of people have been talking about, a Monarch Storm 4th, yeah, I know it's searchable, and like, yeah, the deck has super consistency, but I do like the fact that it gets rid of Cosmos. But we'll talk about Cosmos in a second. It's just an easy out to Cosmos. It's just like, I'm tributing your monster, no more. You get this monster, go into this monster, go into this monster. So I feel like Storm 4th, I don't know, if they hit like Cosmos like pretty hard, then I guess this card can stay. But like, if Cosmos is still being a thing, I really like this card because it keeps the deck in check. At least that's how I feel about the card. But Storm 4th is just, it's a very, very valuable card because it's not only for Monarchs. Some people, like, you know, obviously it works great in Monarchs, but when people used to play UAs, this was a card people used. It's a decent card too. As far as Cosmos go, like, they have a lot of great consistency, like, with these cards. I just feel like Cosmotown is just like an overall OP card. A lot of you guys thought that Cosmotown was a problem. I'm in agreement with you that it allows the deck to have such good consistency. I don't know if the Cosmo archetype is done. If the archetype is done, then they can just start banning everything on Cosmos and the irrelevant. But they could also ban these cards, come out with new Cosmo cards, which allow us to, you know, utilize the consistency. Like, if they made a Cosmo, like, could you guys imagine a Cosmo card where it's like you banish a Cosmo card and then you, like, draw 2 or something like that? And then they put Cosmotown at 1, so that way you can still get the free card. I don't know. We'll wait and see if Cosmos get more support, but I feel like the archetype's pretty much done. We might get like one more set of support, but I can't confirm that, so we'll wait and see. But overall, I feel like Dark Destroyer is like the card that's just, it's too annoying to deal with, honestly. Like, you get rid of this card, it brings back another card, bring back another card, so the like logic with that is, okay, just bounce it back, or like do something to the card. But you can't like do anything with this card because it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna be like, you can't touch me, man. So I feel like that's the problem with Dark Destroyer. It's too annoying to deal with. It really is. Then as far as Tin Cannon, again, it's just consistency. I don't know what they would hit in Cosmos. You guys can let me know what card you guys should be, or what card you guys feel should be hit in Cosmos. But I think it's like, it's one of these would be like an appropriate hit. Then as far as like Phantom Knights, I don't know. I really just don't like Beatrice because like you get Beatrice almost for free, and on top of that you get a free like, you know, extra card. You destroy my Beatrice, I'm getting this card. And then on top of that, like, you get the Dante effect. I just feel like there's too much freeze cards effects with like Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Like, this card gets this card, gets this card. It's like, oh, you get Beatrice for free because of Dante, then Beatrice gets an effect where you get too foolish, and the Volvo Chain is banned for that reason, you know? And then on top of Beatrice, it's during either player's turn. And then when this card is destroyed, you get another free card. And that Dante Pilgrim card gets another, like, free card out of your opponent's hand. It's just too much free stuff, man. And I just don't like that. That's not something I'm a fan of. But that's my thoughts on Beatrice, or, like, Dante, or Phantom Knights, just in general. I feel like those are the cards that you guys felt should be hit. But, again, you guys in chat, you guys let me know what should be hit in Phantom Knights. A lot of you guys, like I said, send Phantom Knights boots. Card of Demise, I just don't think this card is like very balanced. Like a lot of FTK decks play it, and I know that some of you guys will be like, well, it's not like topping, you know, getting first place. It does top once in a while, but the thing is that like it's annoying to run into. I don't like losing to an FTK deck if I'm playing at like, you know, competitive level. No one does, except for the person that's winning with it. A lot of you guys mentioned Terror Top for the Speedroids. I don't know, like, it goes down to the same thing as, like, if Dante's the problem, which honestly it is for a lot of different decks, if you just put Dante to 1, then it kind of solves a lot of these, like, problems with these other cards. But, yeah, it wouldn't really bother me. I just think Terror Top, it's another too much free, and then Dante goes into this, and it's just like, again, it goes to the same idea of mechanics. There's too much free stuff. A lot of you guys wanted Pendulum Sorcerer hit. I think it's a pretty crazily good card, but, you know, Pendulums just haven't been doing too hot right now. It's because they've been nerfed, and, like, rightfully so. Like, I think they kind of, a lot of the, like, the archetypes that are coming out, they're not really supporting Pendulums, because I think they've realized that people don't like it. They just find it, it's not working out, really. And, you know, I give them credit for trying, but I give them more credit for understanding that the community does not like Pendulums as far as competitive scene goes. Like, we've seen them, they were OP, you know, when Monkey Boy was at 3, Joko was at 3. Out of control. Absolutely out of control. Next up, a lot of you guys wanted me to talk about Dragon Ruler, just Dragon Rulers in general. There's a lot of Dragon support coming out. Could be kind of cool if they came back, but then everyone would probably be like, wow, they're annoying and they're broken, okay, ban them again.
Congratulations.
I don't know. Sometimes they'll bring back, like, cards, and then, like, they'll just ban them. It happens. Monster Reborn has gone on and off the ban list, like, 1,000 times. So, I don't know, this card could come back, the Dragon Rulers could come back. I don't know, we'll wait and see. A lot of you guys want me to talk about Apex Avian. To my knowledge, this deck hasn't topped. If you guys know of, like, when this topped, like, recently, you guys let me know in the comment section below, or I guess in Twitch chat live right now. I don't really think that this deck was very viable, but you guys can let me know. You guys want me to talk about it. Yeah, it's annoying when people open up with double, triple. You lose. It's another one of those kind of decks. But overall, it doesn't really do too hot. Rescue Rabbit. If you guys didn't know, people in the OCG, I'll give you guys some of those deck profiles for the Frog decks. They're running triple Rescue Rabbit. They only have one target, but it's just because it's consistency. You make that one new Frog card, the XC, where you get to negate, like, whatever. That card is doing pretty well. There's a lot of different decks. So, I feel like Rescue Rabbit at 2 people will play. At 1, no one wants to play. At 3, becomes, like, really good. So, I feel like 2 is, like, the balance point. And it's only at 1 in the TCG right now. Towers, come on, you got so many cards that have, like, you can't do anything to me. Why can't Towers come back? I don't know, maybe they're just done with it. But there's also more Klee support. And so this could be like, oh, it's coming back in the game. You guys want me to talk about Elma? I'll talk about Elma. For the most part, Elma is I don't know, I'm pretty sure it was banned because Gearfried and Exodia and Royal Magic Library, you can infinitely draw cards, but I don't know, like, I was thinking about Inzectors would be kind of cool, and we'll get to Inzectors later, but I just don't think it's that good right now. I mean, you'd have to, like, double some, like, it's just not realistic, is what I'm saying, to go for that win condition. So many people were spamming Kieran. I don't know if you guys were trolling. I know this card's annoying to deal with, but banning the card, I don't know. You guys were spamming it. You guys said it was OP, but I mean, it's on the same level as, like, this card. I feel like, yeah, you open up, you get multiple out. It's pretty annoying to have to deal with multiple Kieran per game. Not even, like, one turn, you know, like, as the course of the game goes on, it can be annoying. You guys want me to talk about Ultimate Offering because it actually is still banned in the TCG. In OCG, it is also still banned. Okay. I don't know, like, it opens up crazy stuff with the new gadgets, so maybe keeping it banned would be a good idea, but it would support the new gadgets. Substitute, all the new Frog stuff, it would make it good. Definitely would make it good. Probably broken, but I don't know, we've had a lot of broken stuff, like the Monarch FTK deck, so yeah. As far as we gotta go to this. We gotta talk about those. A lot of you guys want this card to go down to 1 or banned. I think 1 would be an appropriate thing because people wouldn't really play it. But if you play like 3, you only really use the effect of it once anyways. And I guess if you open up with it, you got games pretty good, right? Stardust Dragon. What? Okay, I just looked at chat for 1 second. Freaking Stardust Dragon, like, I don't think Stardust Dragon needs to be banned. Do you guys? Like, what? Like, doesn't even make any sense. I think, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't think we need to talk about Stardust on this year's ban list. But But keep in mind, guys, TCG and OCG have different lists. In the Worlds, when we actually play for Worlds, we will be using Japan's list. So whatever happens to TCG, it doesn't really matter for Worlds. But it's fun to talk about these things. As far as Thunder King and like Neospatial Grandma, like Thunder King would probably see play at 3. It would help anti-meta. Like, anti-meta doesn't even exist. Like, you can't play anti-meta because meta is so fast these days. And heck, Rise Grandma at 1, who's going to be like, yo, I'm going to play triple Grandma in my deck? Nope, nobody. That one Neospatial player, shoutouts to you, but it won't even make your deck good, alright? It's not, well, I mean, it will make it better, but it won't be, like, good in the sense where it's going to compete with Cosmos and stuff like that. But, I don't know, I think Grandma's a cool card. It reminds me of Armored Armadillo from Mega Man, so I like this card. But Solemn Judgment could come back, Compulse could go to 3, Torrential could go to 3. And who's playing Compulse at 3? Like, who would play Compulse at 3? I don't know anyone. Torrential would be kind of cool at multiple. In the OCG, it's not really doing anything. No one playing this. It's just too slow. For our wild cards, as in cards are like gonna super surprise us coming back into the game, that like I don't think should come back. But remember, guys, Snatch Steal came back, and that was crazy. And then they banned it again, so they might do something along the lines of this. For wild cards that I want to talk about, Brain Control would be crazy, Cyberstein would be crazy, although it's not really doing anything in OCG. Tribal Infecting Virus would be crazy. Future Fusion, I thought, you know what, with the D heroes, it would be pretty good. Then we have Monster Reborn again, it's been banned like 69 times and unbanned, so it can come back anytime. Card Destruction, Harp's Feather Duster, Heavy Storm, and Giant Tornado. Like, I feel like those are all cards, it's potentially, like, you know, it could come back. They've had Harpy's Feather Duster for so long in the OCG, and so many decks, like, they don't even run it in the main. They just side it. So that goes to show you, like, it's not even that OP. Other cards, we already talked about that. These are 2 other wild cards that would, like, surprise people, make people want to play some older decks. Mermills would get a huge boost if Brow came back. Zenmaity would be pretty interesting to see what other people do with that. Stratos, we talk about it every ban list, but hey, I'm still going to talk about it until they get it unbanned. Sangan Witch, I don't know, like, you could Pendulum for them. I don't know, you guys let me know. I feel like they're kind of slow these days. I mean, heck, you can search out Dark Arm. Heck, Dark Arm could go to 2, it wouldn't really matter. You guys said Dark Claw. The heroes have pretty much been irrelevant for the game for the most part. Because of the structure, I feel like it's too OP. If you guys don't, let me since we're doing this live, I don't know how. Okay, it's Mekir. Okay, Mekir the Structure. During the turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can activate trap cards from your hand. There's a card called Temple of the Kings that got its errata, which is that you can activate 1 trap card. Before it was you could do the same thing as Makira, but yeah, I just don't think it's realistic. For this card to come back with, maybe if it had an errata, you can only activate 1 trap card from your hand, but this card is too crazy, especially since you can just like Foolish it and then you just go like Jargy. It opens up a lot of FTKs, so I don't know. But yeah, that's that card. Chaos Ember Dragon, it's already gotten errata, it could come back. Yatagarasu would be interesting. Like, I don't even know if it would affect the game too much. Construct, please put it back at 1 so we can at least like play Shadal's, like just at 1. Just 1 Shadal Construct, it won't mess up the game, at least in my opinion. Next up, Ulti Kanahawk, give us this card at 3 or 2, like it's really not going to be like a tier 0 deck. Book of Moon can go to multiple, it won't really matter. Bottomless is at 3 in the OCG, people don't even play it because like the meta is just too fast. Maybe it's because they have Harpies, they're afraid to like set it, I don't know. I feel like Bottomless can go to multiple, heck, and Zectors can get multiple, like Hornet and Dragonfly, like I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Moral Attack can make people want to play if it's at 2. Eggstone Knight, I think Eggstone's like fairly balanced. Like, yeah, it can like kind of steal a game in one sense, but if your opponent overextends and you're behind, it's a fair card. At least that's the way I see it. The Volatile Chain, heck, if we ban Beatrice, it might be like a viable card. And then also Super Paula, we got new D heroes that definitely will help out D heroes. And then Disc Commander, and I know some of you guys are like, well, Disc Commander can't come back, we have always tried the deck out. I've tried the Disc Commander Perfect Circle deck, it's not that great against meta these days. Even with all the draw power, like, if you run a bunch of draw power, like, you're running, like, the D-Draws and the, what's the other D-Hero? Hero, oh, is it Destiny? They actually say Destiny. If if you run the, what is it, the diamond dude, and like with all the draw power alerts and stuff, you just end up drawing into too much draw power, and then your deck does nothing. Like, just try out the deck yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The deck is not that good, even with all the new Dystopia guys, the burn. It would, Disc Commander putting it back in the game wouldn't be that crazy. But yeah, that's at least my thoughts on the ban list, as well as your guys' thoughts. Obviously, use the comment section below to tell me all your guys' thoughts. If you guys felt like I missed out on anything, you guys let me know how you feel about any of this for the TCG. But hopefully we'll get that ban list relatively soon. I'm hoping that we get it within the next couple weeks, but usually we wait till Worlds. But again, like the TCG ban list, we don't even have a date for it, so it could be like tomorrow we get it, but I doubt it. We'll have to wait and see, but hopefully we'll get that new ban list soon, and we'll keep all these decks in check. But man, I can't. I've been done with Dante for days. Like, Dante, he needs to go. He needs to go. Not saying he needs to be banned, but like, I just hate like triple Dante. It's crazy. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.